Also why we further reduce electricity prices by half and completely provide portable water for free for everybody since March this year, and we will extend it for another 3 months. To break it down, Mr. Speaker, it takes a caring government of the people, and with that, I mean a government of all the people, to offer cost-free water to all across the country, representing all domestic and commercial customers in Ghana for 3 months. Mr. Speaker, it takes a caring government to be for the people and for business, large and small, to choose to subsidize electricity consumption by 50% to 4 million households and nearly 700,000 businesses at a cost of $1 billion in 3 months, and we will extend the coverage for lifeline customers for another 3 months. Mr. Speaker, it takes a caring government to hear the distress of business and respond with support to small and medium businesses to the tune of 600 million cedis in order to help them survive and thrive in these uncertain times. We remember also well how the previous government, after imposing the inconvenient and income-sapping doomsday on households and businesses for 5 years, and insensitively increased electricity prices first by 89%, then by 10%, then by 78% and 20%, and finally by 59% between 2010 and 2015 alone. It took courage, Mr. Speaker, and care for President Akufo-Addo to do what no other government have been able to do before, which is a net reduction of electricity tariffs by 11% since 2017. Such is a higher level of care today, that today, nearly 4 years in office, electricity prices for Ghanaians, households and businesses all included, remain cheaper in both nominal and real terms than what they were before 2017. Mr. Speaker, the reason is simple. It is because we put the concerns and aspirations of the ordinary Ghanaian first. That is also why we further reduce electricity prices by half and completely provide portable water for free for everybody since March this year, and we will extend it for another 3 months. To break it down, Mr. Speaker, it takes a caring government of the people, and with that, I mean a government of all the people, to offer cost-free water to all across the country, representing all domestic and commercial customers in Ghana for 3 months. Mr. Speaker, it takes a caring government to be for the people and for business, large and small, to choose to subsidize electricity consumption by 50% to 4 million households and nearly 700,000 businesses at a cost of $1 billion in 3 months, and we will extend the coverage for lifeline customers for another 3 months. Mr. Speaker, the virus has laid bare our vulnerabilities as a world, as nations, as households, and as individuals. As at yesterday, Wednesday, 22nd July 2020, 622,725 persons had sadly succumbed to this virus, and 15,240,290 had been infected across the world. Mr. Speaker, even before we fully grasp the impact of the COVID-19 outbreak, our immediate concerns were on protecting lives and preserving livelihoods of our people. The President moved swiftly with a $100 million preparedness plan, which was prescient and laid the foundation to implement measures to save lives and safeguard economic activities by improving citizens' access to essential public services and helping businesses weather the downturn. Mr. Speaker, the pandemic has also brought to the fore the structural gaps in our health delivery system. That is why, with urgency, we have already begun to mount an effective, coordinated, and sustainable long-term response to the health needs of the people. Under the Agenda 111, previously Agenda 88 initiative of His Excellency the President for hospitals, We will design, build, equip, and staff new hospitals in every district without one, and a new regional hospital in every region with none. This demonstrates government's commitment to protect the lives of Ghanaians. The President has declared that all the district hospitals will be designed and built by Ghanaians, built companies, and will lay the foundation for the launch of the nationwide housing program, God willing, in his second term. Mr. Speaker, we must not and will not be daunted by this extraordinary crisis. Government will continue to do what it has to do to protect lives and support livelihoods through compassionate, competent, and courageous leadership. We have accepted that this pandemic and its effects are unparalleled in the annals of our country and indeed globally. We have accepted that until a vaccine is found, we have no choice but to rearrange our lifestyle.
My major concern is that the original budget had said that you are going to borrow 18.8 billion. The revised budget is, you are saying that you're going to borrow 44 billion Ghana cedis. It means an addition of 12.1 billion Ghana cedis. In spite of that, if you were to look at the breakdown where the borrowings are going to come from, I'm particularly worried about the fact that the borrowings are actually coming from the domestic. From domestic, you are increasing domestic debt by 16.2 billion. In fact, the original budget has said the domestic borrowing will be 15.8. Now you are saying it's going to be 32.
Is there concern about the accountability or the fact that the quantum of expenditure or the amount? Because if you look at globally, COVID-19 has, let's say, even the German Chancellor is saying that has thrown questions about fiscal prudence and deficit to the back door.
Let me come in.
And then that's something that, looking at the challenge that we have right now, do you think that the question and the concerns about fiscal prudence and even deficit still stands when you have to spend to save the economy and save lives?
It does. It does. There are two concerns. One on the accountability bit, and I've said that 11.1 billion, we need some accountability. We need to have accountability. That is one. Number two, countries that are observing fiscal prudence around times like this, and the fact that you raise, there are other countries are saying fiscal prudence doesn't really matter. It does matter, and others are doing it. You see, it does matter, and others are doing it. I'll tell you how they are doing it. First of all, you have to reprioritize your budget. So you look at the existing budget that you drew, okay, and then see what you can cut and what you perfectly believe that you can cut, and things that you can do in a form of stimulus. So I want to look at the budget. First of all, look at what has changed from the original budget to the current budget. Clearly, from the expenditure side, I do not see the minister prioritizing anything, and that's a major worry. Everything stands the same, and you can look at from the expenditure side if you look at the money. Nothing is changing. From the capital expenditure side, you could and find a way and actually balance it from the other side, but I'm not seeing that. That's a major concern. And number two, his act is actually elevating the public debt. And public debt, you and I knows, it has some consequences. Major consequences on interest payment. To the extent that
Mr. Speaker, just as the Ghanaian economy was beginning to consolidate its recent gains for growth and jobs, the COVID-19 outbreak hit the country, leading to the initial severe movement of restrictions. Although the restrictions are gradually being eased, the pandemic continues to pose significant challenges to the Ghanaian economy. The sectors heavily affected include the hotel and hospitality industry, foreign direct investment, trade and industry, agriculture, health, transportation, manufacturing, religious services, education, households and businesses have equally been hard hit with significant job losses and reduced incomes. Mr. Speaker, COVID-19 has led to disruptions in corporate and general business confidence with threats to projected revenues, profitability, liquidity growth. So far, 19 of the 28 state-owned enterprises are projecting losses up to 1.6 billion 420. Mr. Speaker, restrictions on movement and enforcement of social distancing protocols severely affected the transport sector. Commuter minibus services, trotros, operated at 70% load capacity, whilst inner city buses had passengers reduced by 50% between March and May. The operations of Metro Mass Transport experienced a decline in monthly revenues from 5.5 million to 2.1 million cedis. The Intercity STT company witnessed a decline in bus services and luggage revenue from average of 5 million in previous months to average of 3 million cedis since March 2020. The Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority also experienced losses as revenues fell drastically from 3.5 million.
Well, Yasaba, Yada, Muna Masama Jibra Mugusu Bedroom on Adom TV, multi TV. So, Komo Ebetrino, Mijiri se who fapim dada, and then we'll be looking into the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I know say every Emma Koya. A deputy minister, our Minister of Finance, is Fiafi, and the Ebrea Kama Enutika Semayi. Na ono eba jibre na etimi edinche mu aba oba o finance ministry oba o mass department as oba no onye just a normal oba oyoba awode sonko ewo ni mu abno se asare a deputy minister ewo ministry of finance akwa babna. Well me wo ehu wo how, but I'm wondering how what administration mo manage na mo manage. In fact, I see more of a welfare-centered presentation yesterday. Meaning, say your public debt, your fiscal debt, a cost to finance ministry, especially with the public debt over 255 billion Ghana cedi. Omaya from after HEPIC, that's 2006. Now a current 5 billion now Barbie to this point. I'm wondering. The packager, Modiaguho Edia Mine. How are you going to manage this whole situation?
You, Mahia Medasi Namichia etifu nina. Say a new no a requirement by law. The PFM say was spending government parliament approve budget amount. Na the first half of the year, no brana bebu akonta akere no dwumedi a wodi sika no aye na say enura de ne de na ye sronko esan say de bia ye ba be ye mid-year budget review without any COVID implications, but we COVID-19 pandemic no ama nioma asesa bebre nti enura de no na enye the usual mid-year budget review ni ye de kono, but it went beyond the usual mid-year budget review because Mijidi say nkofo peso mu hu de edi kan ne mfie 6 months no de edi sika no mo apumaye no eso mi nsia no de edi sika no eye na afa so de toso mienu ye koyenim the rest of the year and the second half of the year no edie ne ebetimi aye NSC asoso COVID-19 pandemic na abana ahochi bebre abano ekwan ben so na aban no fa so amaga na fo ho hie omo na sebi omo so metimi elidi omo life senior ese ene senior fata nti so woka say people centered yen yegidi say sisia de ato yen yi. There are two things say ye hwe. One, to protect lives. Ye dikan to protect lives. Na de ne ye protect lives. Nyoma ni bebra ya yegidi say protect lives. Ebi ne ye dikan ye to school mu na an spread anko match no ye hu say yare ne yi ni tie wa ha no afa so ye restricted public gatherings e ka ho afa so tracing, testing and treatment, the 3 T's, and so ya spend sika bebre wo ho a ejidi say eno na aboa ama yare no abrase ama enne nkakra o hwe nkronkro ni bebre a ewo wiase me ekọ eche bebre na so ye ndie nyankopon wadom say ye da so ye under 30,000 ena afa so enye no pe to protect life ye hia ye nuanu ma nurse for ye nuanu ma doctors for na aban this year nko ama financial clearance a umbetimi dey recruiting nurses ne doctors to the tune of about 24,285 and no enna nchen so aban ama health workers na omo gina enimu no a omo kutia eyare omo boan yama ya kuntia eyare so ya mo tax waivers any tax reliefs any allowances bi and after so sure aban take the opportunity wa hwe say your infrastructure in the health care no wa hyemu kina wo hwe agenda 88 plus other regional hospitals are yede ka ho enne me ankasa me constituency etiwa isusu enya 100-bed hospital no we nyina na yedi kan yedi protect lives and after so the second thing ye hwe se be be protect livelihoods who protect life no also protect livelihoods so that they can also create wealth na so omo yom ho na so omo ye adwuma na ye revenues ni hwehwe na ye de aboa na ye man akonkan no eno ye beye ye di kan aban the reliefs e ma household no in the protection of livelihoods no ye di kan the relief e ma households no and ye in the form of water and electricity na ye di kan 3 months free for water and 3 months free for electricity for obia aban assign the abase 3 months ya ye bebe nsuo so e be ye free and electricity no omo da lifeline no omo so omo de no for 3 months and so e free after so aban the relief businesses and COVID-19 alleviation program no for businesses no and na aban this 600 million eto ho na ye hwe say small and medium scale enterprises more qualify ye mamo 3 things aban say or hwe
they call NBSSI
and they di kan we what tin number and na me no e ka say senior tin number nkofo a pet number tin number akosro no we nyina eboa ama European mu nyina into the tax net into as ye ka say ne ye kobo besian so ye increase the number of people on the tax net sa na ye increase so then your revenues ye so ye betimi di aiden etua sa eke a ye nyina and after so and now I would say a new program 100 billion program a year part of protecting livelihoods the CARES program Ghana COVID-19 alleviation and revitalization of enterprises a 3-year program there were 2 phases the first phase no a stabilization phase no from the end of the year where we need to stabilize businesses essentially stabilize businesses unemployment ebe kosro yankasa revenue ebe sanya perform more until ye hwese be stabilize businesses no and then the next stage which is from 2021 to 2024 no ebe the revitalization stage ye be share businesses mukina no metimi agina ho na omuso ometimi employ more people and even podium wom no krampo omentimi amoma
okay but obviously enyo bi nebeka about revenue targets mointimi
have been missed yes
until the next challenge is that say yen sika any da so se betimi dia agide abo man no bra yen sentimi kan yen nipako ya asa ko gina ma shebedwem keka ne ma kese again don't forget that there are even issues about nkuntabuo or covid sika aba ne kwan amafa so a bodi edi dwuma ye ma asan komo so na
issues bi eni ho efa covid nkuntabuo no mu bisa ye de ni nyina ebe mamo
now musi ministry specific until the auditor general breaks it down for us until we call gender abs 54 million before as 100 million and no say bob bamsa nti ase na edin ye pepse nka ye nya say 54 gender no asumasi obenten chewa ama
ni nyina menua ni nyina ewo ho we nya ade a ye betimi die sie wo hwe aban yi a consistently quarterly how the budget is implemented various MDAs ni nyina ye buhu akonta de ko wo hwe minister statements na no kan na o say aban we ye aban a ye improve on your transparency pa na ye de PFM ni so ye adwuma kan no na PFM ni PFM ni by August 2016 but na PFM be but ye PFM ni wo ho and we are going according to the law say PFM ni dictating on public finances inti eba accountability about transparency nobody no government previous government beats this government
okay
because we are guided by law and na yankasa so ye nim say transparency and accountability eboa ema oman ekonkan
ye be call refreshing moments another ewo mashibejum but baby a grey kakano a certain explanation we do for instance communication service tax 95%. Now the worry, in fact, not just the worry, when you have the bosses of that sector, because well, they have no choice but to comply to what America. But me the cameraman in say eventually that difference is coming back to me. then who save me how?
You can mantiase.
Me say, Modaruma, and then Musi, and Wardin and 2 and so communication say
about 5%. Yeah.
Now, in Hunini say, median Kayapa, in Chilimu, about free industry players, on say, Ampa, Omunia Chinibia or share by their 2 motion. But me, Kaihunu say, Sir, a how now bedem fiono, Sir, percentage difference now be down. Any baby afa, Meme Honest Abba. Me a mere end product, maybe not a challenge. Is that the case?
No. And Nora, you decline Ministry of Communications for a meeting. And now, Ministry of, according to the Minister for Communications, can for extra no entos, increase the communication service tax na yes and yet na telcos no more fan to so. Inti say we were hoping say ya reverse the original percentage no. You did say sa na be and they are not going to add on extra cost. Now saying TIA and say and now sure I said data I to say in no. You need data for everything. In Kuala Omo school, businesses, and ye Zoom, ni Google Meet, ni na data. This is data I yet to say in CIA no ma. As I say businesses, normal livelihoods, any data. And today na buying yes, you bet me aye near diabwa. Na nyome mo ahenhan ma mo na businesses etimi aye adwuma. Na households so etimi aye then you see ede aye omo businesses. Intimi gidi say, oh ye nyina aye ya said yes o mind bapa. To de bia, nyoma ni bi wo ho a to the industry players, no, it will not inure to their benefits. By a free corporate social responsibility and being responsible in these times. It is not all about profit. It's not all about what I want to get, but it is the social good at the end of the day. Because COVID, obi andan who say BBC, BBC, inti BBC ya, then a year canon, and Ramot say ya. The first and foremost thing is to protect lives and also to protect livelihoods, and that is the theme for how I GDC about me as solve near mitigating the effects of COVID-19 where your population is. Okay, but yeah, well, other areas I must have refreshing moments. I'm more to and my mama can say if you've just joined us, Deputy Minister of Finance, Abna Asari, and then Osayasari. Emphasis on Osayasari, and then Chichen and say sorry, Osayasari, and then Chichen Como, and say minim say you be pebble say but jibrema me na etie nkomo na ansa say me tinu bi ka ma we beti mama on me di nkomo ho man so now point 1 masa revisit brand or lockdown e dia ba bra ye ho hare ye kakra bi say still ade mienu ana nipa do na su say nkai kokra kosi afi na wi ye no mo de boso mi sasa to ho aman. Why that? Because I think we are working. The system is now gradually opening up. I don't know about person or South why? May I say, and you name the effects of COVID on the various sectors of the economy. We share trade and industry. Industries ni bebre, you may want your dear momo. A buying and so masia. Your parents said they will have to lay off workers. No more lay off workers, sir. A be increase on employment. Some could stay here. A dear no more baby. It is a buying bet me. You be they are cutting down on cost of operations, sir. Mijidi say SSA ye and no be any insurer ye can't want some. After so industries the bebre, see as a mefa okra, Mati waketi asu by 50%, Mati waketi asu by 70%. Inti individual no onya sikana kanenu no nya. Inti say be a lifeline consumer now buying say and inti ma so wasia say 30% of a salary na nekra unya 90 odasuko ejuma. Mijidi say ohu be hen won kakra. Since year, we are 30%, and now cost we incur the same. It's being done at the same rate. Where didn't make us say it is more of looking at how to protect lives and protect livelihoods. Because me did say, oh my, say caneno na meje 500. Now my boss say well say I just saw beje a cut of 50%, and yes I did me low offer. Now meje 250. Now say I buy say a ninety. Me who say nyoma we nyina because say Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations I study with the unions those concerned no who say nyoma be challenges be aba in terms of employment nti aban say ma men so wasen kakra na so ho han wa me gidi say oye na sede say oman bapa and oye na sede say aban a ne nkofo ye den ehu hia no. I see. What is this about this insurance package amodiaba? Yeah, can say CCI kase per the study Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations quite a number of people have lost their jobs. And today can say ye perceive the insurance package bi ba ye di kan ye beboa oma omelusi omo jobs no so they can access it. And two, also enye no nko a afa so we are putting in some money for retraining. Say bia for one reason or the other you have lost your job, but you want to learn a new skill and to move into other areas or possibly start your own business. When you na yesika aban ede ato ho a ye de ba beboa nya insurance ne nkwa ye ne faith-based organizations ne ye ka faith-based organizations na ye ka sorry no during the lockdown no mo boa ye ma ye ne Ministry of Finance any more partnership a ye shia ye gidi se ye pese ye man etumpo enye de bia na ye governance nkwa, but sometimes the moral fabric of a society so pese some gidi say if you look at the number of people who attend churches, attend the mosque, and they have an influence. You see, in partnership, do say Jumei, change who say collectively, sorry, faith-based organizations here. So we are going to empower them, as in resource them, to enable them also give them training in skills. Be a Badwam insurance package now. Yeah, if you are unemployed for one reason or the other and they're related to COVID-19, you have access to it. Apply and then you get something. Not also get something to spend, but also you also get the opportunity to learn a skill and then move into areas
of interest. Probably to a reasonable number of Ghanaians will be the issue of industries. Ombenya kwenya etimi ajibusia rate no ewo form ye pa. Asembusan say before you answer that for me, Asembusan say the yekeke nyine a difference ya tro krata so yakọ machibedwum abeka na implement. Nti the yekeke afa na yakọ farm machibedwum and ase free machibedwum aba anope yidi nkomi. E free juada ko nhye ahodu egu akwam nyina no take effect from juada and I can say and I have to pass through parliament.
May I say nhye ni bi wo ho a say a fast through parliament. E bi ni CST no. And because I was here call parliament near call amend the law no. Nti no de di kan. Nti would say ya ka say in good time, in a very short time no. You be sure say jumedie beba because I was say call through parliament. Parliament be rise first week in August. Nti I hear so about that time no ye wie say jumedie ni. Nti hye ni bi so wo ho so a ya sha se de da. Ye di kan ye ni industries no. Ye gidi say aban pese oma industries no 2 million guarantee facility. Say the di kan ye betro say banks no monhwe na industries almost falling into COVID are having a negative impact on their businesses no monhwe say more 2 billion guarantee facility and we begina so now we dey more loan at reasonable
and they towards targeted industries and our companies and as will be more categories follow on that
the di kan no hwe ye cap Corona alleviation program no yeah small and medium scale enterprises and no po ye sign at the 150 million account aboa and but we are 2 billion guarantee facility are making there for large businesses now who can borrow from 200,000 bigger businesses are omo hia sika puduo kakra mu odu no mo de edi o medjuma afa so enye no peso so okay say Corona in the beginning no aban eka say Bank of Ghana my instructions to the bank say ebeya omomma banks businesses moratorium on payments of interest ne omo principal no aban so any banks needing kita so ye be extend sa jumade to the end of the year so that businesses are omo ho ache omo makọ ohaw mu no reduce your cost of operations by doing away with their interest principal payments for the rest of the year. You did say we nyina so ebeboa and now so some state-owned organizations from Metro Mass, any other people in the transport industry, any hospitality industry Aban so is making possible a way ebeboa now taking advantage of 2 billion guarantee facility bi some GBD workers some GBD BBA improve situation is here we nyina ne nhyehyɛ aban de ato ho de boa businesses so
So at the end of what by nature, so cost 30 million Ghana cedi for the creative and arts industry and the media. If you a bit Makodom Kumano, or more issues, or more reason in part, but so what by the casa, say 30 million Ghana cedi for the creative and arts industry plus the media. The end of Pache.
You, Mijili say, yeah, sorry, can say, keke. Ye ne oma yenkita hona. Say, businesses, the industries, ni bebre, atro aba. Assistance ne support or move here to keep the industry going. And you almost saw me buy and ye share and ye buy a hoarding a bit me, Cia ye case for the rest of the year. No, and they say ye best saw my saying, say, now almost so do almost cast say almost pese almost the bay no so no almost so almost the aye.
So that's it. And also your categories and
may I sure say Nina and she says any day poverty alleviation cap nearby ya and she said that say you should belong to an association, you should have a TIN number, you should have an account number or a bank account number. No, Sanyo money yeah winning so now we are improving on the capture of people on the tax net because you say a beboy and baby say yeah as a buy air man no so share crime be so be improving how to generate revenue from the citizens. Two things.
As a Adom Kumana, na probably a about insert nebaka more, but on the surface, what I'm seeing, their challenge is a normal minu. The edika and say, a buying revenue targets are a problem. A buying soon in PFA say public debt 177 agent but a buying so good wash a sheboa in here sikase edibeye. That is a bind the until say do go be crane no but say ko jibosia abesum ye so ma debi asa etua saka ene yaso ahye hom the tosu biem omo how keseti through our covid in kuntebu no omo chem say for the first time maybe ko afro mo say 11.1 billion bi on covid ne nyoma basa bisa die di kan anamontuo bi amutu o mrase bedwem no budi hinta dom kuma no ana the tosu biem no kre sikasem wakwa atwe Mosusu a bosha kesia na moshe. Why that?
Yeah. You did kind made us say. The minority no. Can say you the new maybe is your ya na me wan kakra. The ye can say ofa COVID ne ho nsem ye di kind by parliament. And ye ka say mumma opportunity na ye sika in excess of the 100 million. Na free stabilization fund near for M1 COVID no ejuma and no ho na ye bu akonta chom say 1.2 billion ye year e be 1.2 billion 1.2 billion ye di bi etia anu bi ne ye 600 million corona corona virus alleviation program no anu ye 600 million no ye den e free mu no afa so o kai say ye ka say 3 months ye betia water enu bi ne yi free mu enu ebi so na ye bu akonta akire omo ewo parliament say health workers no allowances ni reliefs ni e dey mo no enu so ebi efree mu ye gi 1.2 no ye bu hu akonta no pepepe akire omo na ye ka kire omo say by the end of the year we will bring the actuals because when nyina e estimates the original the actual expenditure no will come at the end of the year when why exhaustive program ni why exhaustive scanning nyina no abebu hu akonta akire omo nti ne edi kan no me did say enye no kre ye di kan ene omo kan secondly extra funds ni enya free World Bank no the first $35 million and then the other $65 million ni na sabe enye say ye di kosie baby ye di ba parliament and ye o the documents we about parliament e break it down into how our sika ebe ye utilized na it's only at the end of the program when you have exhausted all the funds at the end of the year no bu account actuals but they have the estimates so they know sa sika ni nyina ye gye no for everything they dey ebi wo ho a ye dey contact tracing ebi wo ho a eni bi ka ho ne ye dey insurance ema health workers na and for one reason or the other almost some be exposed to the COVID-19
we are interested disease. In this accountability matter because of election year any probability ayana politicians binomo will take you undue advantage of some of these times in terms of sikasem. And they are worried and their concerns are especially of concern because say I'm passing yabani ye boom kunte boom yaji exim bank yaji we free yaji we boom boom they are to our name far breakdown Maya. We knew we were going to do this presentation at this point in time. What has been the challenge in here? Yenti men break it down, say the dom kumane kano. Yeah, the figures about to bam.
Maybe I am far figures in better ho bam. And I make can say estimates no ho, but we don't have the actuals because budgets cry. See, I can say at the end of we are expecting to raise 58 million. I see and say at the end of the day, raise 58 million. It will depend on what happens. In the air can say the actual stadium, we can only see this at the end of the year. But we came to you with estimates, just like budgets nearby with estimates. No? And then out of the first 1.2, we estimated that 600 will go into the car business relief. I think 200 and something will go into the water, no? And $1 billion into electricity. So we have all those breakdowns. And they know, because we went to Parliament for all these approvals. And it's not like, but the air can say actuals number opens. Okay, Moka say more the 1 billion electricity. In the end, at the end of the day, no, yeah, a little over 1 billion. Yeah, the baba no. But we can only see all these things when we have exhausted everything, and at the end of the year, no, we can see ni say na say na yenya health workers no can say the 80 million tax waiver no near the another 280 aye for allowances near the no. Actuals no until the end of the program, until the end of 6 months and 3 months now kasi can say it's not that they don't know, they have the estimates. It's just like the budget, and you say budgets near the day the budgets neighbor na for actuals but no, you have the estimates, you have an idea. They themselves they know. So out of the 1.2 billion year budget, 600 million core into businesses, alleviation program na they small businesses. And I buy catch almost say so far we have spent 200 million. And Tiaka 400 million more approved here. But looking at the volume of applications, we feel say we should add 1.5 another 150 million to it to enable us serve everybody. So it is not like we are not accounting for these things. Accountability, your hands are no share your money. You see, it clearly say for every amount that we spent, we came for approval. Yeah, Koji Bank of Ghana, dear, first 5.5. Yeah, Bank of Ghana, with about 10 million. Yeah, the first 5.5. We came to the finance committee. Per the law, we came to the finance committee. They had a meeting with us. Yeah, there's nothing like, there's no accountability. And then how do we operate there?
Okay, maybe so still, but no, an interaction with Honorable Senator Champo, Richard Champo, rather, Bia East, part of the finance committee. Already a very critical issue that Abawe Detro actually says, Abawe Catchre say, I said yes, ya boy, Honia cry hono, same pussy a qua hima, Bosume miensa and 9 enum crabebano, Nayan Kobe, Bianco Serehi, Kakrana Yakurana, a bit him the aqua, copy busumi enumechi. And so COVID, where she moved by Bacopeno. Abai di Medicas one quite a drum man so uncompet so I say Kakra. And can also buy if you go papra. So what was that grounds Abujina? Emma Ghana for that assurance that reserves a modu say BBC put to prepare. You want to so say Busumi, me and Sam Busumi and 9 Busumi enum. You bet me Jina and Naso and Sana. Sebeka ko Jim will be cry akwaji. We dey see ya buying. You Edimike ko Jimwa.
You made us say near Dikai. Abai anka obibia say a banya who here a sessor ya on ye dikai ye bar parliament ye ma 2019 ye day 2020 budget ne kono numbers ne ba ni nyina kire se nyoma akoyie o hwe before I mean o hwe numbers no hwe GDP o hwe statistics ni nyina na o hwe at the end of 2019 de na ya ye na clearly industry sectors ni nyina na nyina o ma komenim the figures were high, so clearly should tell you say ni a consolidated. At least ye best starting gains. We need a consolidated gains. No, we share enra numbers are Minister demand for 2019 now. Your targets, ye call just a deficit. No, na ye count 4.5. You call 4.8. We share industry so sectors now they increased. Everything was moving well until COVID no ever hit here. But sebi obia besi enekwa even. Krokesi America into me the total impact of COVID. Into me nkase and into me bobo mensa no matena sidin no mahwe. na afei so 2020 budget ni aban ka say ye be ko abeji loans bi a ye de be boa de di ndwuma bi na parliament approve it that we ye loans ni bi ho na parliament approve it that yes for 2020 meka 2020 wo hwe ye budget ni ma wo hwe appendix 10C a loans a ye ka say ye beji ni ye di dwuma ni sa ne ni nyina nti enye se e ba ye na ye di meka ne akwa akodi no wo hwe budget bi emu a ye kire se for this financial year no this is the amount of loan na ye be pese ye beji ni di ndwuma but yes covid ne ba ye no amama nyina hu se we ye extraordinary item and an extraordinary item no demands an extraordinary results and a challenge to deal with it nti na World Bank forecast say ye 100 million betimi dia mamu IMF forces ye 1 billion be betimi dia mamu. That is how it happened. Inti enye say buy na ye di meka nye kwaji already. You look in the budget. We had outlined some loans ayeba beji for 2020. Inti it is nothing new. But we aye extraordinary no e buy no. Now say aban so e fa ho eye something a ebe boa. Ama ye nka say ye ka say ye nkwaji bi nti be boa ye nsa there be one mo hwe so a ye revenues are estimate ye na ye close border. Inti ebi nko ebi mba. Wo hwe China na nkofo kokofa imports ba na yenya a lot of import duties ni nyina. And ni nyina eden abrase. Inti I mean, how do you expect government to run? Government will have to find very efficient ways to run and costing more than necessary. And that is what this government has done.
Now, according to this, about we ekasa big, but now I'm looking at what even the agri sector talks about. Yeah. Intensify support for farmers through the PFG and RFG. Facilitate access to financing for rice millers. Extend financial support to the National Buffer Stock Company and Ghana Commodity Exchange. Establish food security monitoring campaign to goes on and on. Mujina campaign platform. Having the competent people around you to help you pursue these things. Enti yen kind in between na yen hu ni yen nyina na esikasem and na afa so yen kind who said this year no already near budgeting a certain amount for the Ministry of Agric. Omudi ejuma na me science wa catch you say can you imagine in the midst of all that is going on na a common so edin there be into food security there should be paramount. So we need shekura there. At least you need food. Yes, the obedi di ense say border. Inti aban de bia ebe hye eduane die mu kena. Eye food security. Ye be hye mu kena inti na ya build warehouses a ye hye say ye be stockpile your money be produce na your farmers no. Aye na face so buffer stock so ya man opportunity. So be tobi egu ho na say nyoma mu eye de omo so maton no mo ma obi a nya ne nsa no eduane. Inti food security de enya ade e betimi ato atwene. Say wo sika say oniska basic, and that is what we say we are protecting lives and protecting livelihoods. And now did you say satisfy contractors?
Me that say we see GDC satisfy contractors.
Did you say no presentation it be satisfy contractors?
Contractors ni yen ebedi umbedi adanse akyere mu a fee pe from January to June anya kra January to June. We have done a little over $1 billion for contractors. We have done a little over $1 billion for contractors. And also, baby, contractors akọ omu ye juma omu because omu sa aka omu sika. And na ye nka se ye tie ni nyina ewie. Ye gusu ni omu di nkita ho kakran se ye be hwe se ye be yi sa nka yi nyina na omu so metimi akọ no makọ ye omejuma. But me omu ni yen ebe di adanse a contractors we have done little over $1 billion for them in terms of payment.
I see. My main question say Abeno sorry. A deputy minister finance and an education komo Adom TV Badwam Mpensenpensenmu so non kunu epija mu na also what was Adom TV but they make out say another media budget review presentation Ken of Riata on Aboduko Tujano and no hon komo ani ya jibra ibu mu kakra na problem of interest again. Bia be no chance na entimia emubuniye There's a text message that is interested that how do we go about this? National Unemployment Insurance Scheme. Baby, any pane opportunity access to retraining to take advantage of new opportunities. Access to retraining to take advantage of new opportunities. What kind of access and what is that new opportunities?
You made us say, ye can say, send ye de cap no ebaya ye de share buy. Certainly it will go through one agency or one ministry. Ye best say ye de sa money ye wie ye mo kai say ye announce coronavirus alleviation program. Ye wie ye de NBSSI4 it's nase and na ye spell it out the modes would be qualify for all these things. And all these things will come out. And may assure us very soon it will come out. By Wednesday, na Parliament, a real debate on mid-year budget review. Now, Mama approval. So hopefully it will come out. You better announce it. Send you announce it. Emma SMEs for me access the alleviation program. Na you better insurance way. So they have already identified some of these things. And we will engage the public. And then you can qualify to also get the insurance and also have access to a retraining.
Okay, so is this also another NAPCO in disguise? Because I'm seeing here, provide temporary income support to workers laid off due to COVID. Pressure basa ahanaso. Ti misen tisubim naturally. Provide temporary income support to workers laid off due to COVID-19. That's specific. COVID-19. Okay, so and also more capture the saying say COVID by more kwine back community so affect mojuma oye. Aban so so mass or kwine bisu. Sa kwine ne de kwine base.
You on my hine. We ejuma wo baby. Ejuma no is documented. BBID adansi epefe now ye ejuma wo a industry. And COVID yabe ye lay off. You have proof. Say ye low off at this particular time. And yet because so call ya the bonim yet because so call engaging in one more practice or the other. But say company no more cost of operations too high, said they couldn't afford anymore, so they had to lay you off. Clearly there's evidence. And you qualify for such
support,
Yes, that support na ye can. And yet OBAB or TFIA or near Juma. But if we for just COVID-19 related bracket, unemployment, you're stating it clearly. Can say if you fall within that bracket, yes, recently you call so amended law no say pensions no can you know say if it's of a certain month, na say undrew close to retirement okogia ye tax free so but ye amended law no say only pakono losing the employment. Now it had to do with it was COVID related. You have to let go of that tax element. That's no money pakono. So it is there. It is something we have done before. Intimidity say if people really fall into this bracket, certainly they will enjoy what we are talking about in terms of the insurance.
Okay, so another interesting one, refreshing anyway. Ghana COVID-19 alleviation and revitalization of enterprises support.
Yes.
And I'm seeing expand capacities of more laboratories.
Yeah.
Create isolation centers in all regions and districts. Technology to track and identify cases. Ramp up local production and supply of PPEs. Construct 100-bed hospital in 88 districts. Why is it still captured here? Because more candidate. We a campaign moyana. Because you captured this long time ago, and we have not seen the pointers and indicators. In fact, the information minister said the 1 year definition is that the asobohwa. That was when he said that the committee anu December go back to parliament, not cabinet, not cabinet. As we speak now, we are silent on that. It's being captured here again. That construct 100-bed hospital in 88 districts. Different from Nana 88, Nana say, no 88 Nazabai.
May I say, send your kind, ya candidate, but ya candidate no, it wasn't in the budget. ye can ye afa ni ye de ahye budget nim. There's a difference between saying it waka, but you need to make provision for it. That is what we are saying. Say we have stated it in here to enable us make provision for it.
But this is a presentation of campaign manifesto.
No, it's just stating say we are making provision for it. Untimi enkoka say meyena you don't have a budget for it. So we are telling Ghanaians yeah ka say media.
But not all things are more than all budget even from time I'm take it over.
Yes.
I'm not able to recall it.
Yes.
But budget.
Everything that you do with public finances, you should seek permission from Parliament through the budget. Planting for food and jobs, it was in the budget. Free SHS, it was in the budget. NAPCO, it was in the budget. Every policy initiative, nursing training allowance, teacher training allowance, they are all in the budget because you need to fund all these things. And you cannot fund them when you don't have a budget for these things.
But Deputy Minister, these are refreshing moments. By implementation, always a challenge for us as a country,
and I would
as
say,
a party.
Minister can say it is all about implementation. You can about the cap alleviation projects, no? And then we are implementing it. In Kofo Bebrebe di adanse say omonsa kan loans now, omo tro, omo some MBSS, omo apply some budget. Kofo Bebrebe di adanse say omonsa kan. Kofo Bebrebe di adanse say permission na Parliament at the mine and spending 1.2 billion in free stabilization fund. You know, omonsa kan cooked meal, omonsa kan packed dry meals. We are implementing what we are saying. Say you are implementing Parliament and my permission. Now you approve budgets. No, you ain't been conquer.
I see. I'm not sorry, Deputy Minister of Finance. My main cow say SHS. Me were issues with more Veronica buckets, sanitizers, nose masks because the Nkrani Biakusuku are almost a week, and even beyond a week, issues about sanitizer, nose mask. And one you blame more than more Jemuko. Now, yes, so Munina Finance Ministry, yourself, your boss, and the other deputy that you have. Because you share to take form, I'm using the raw language amount. Finance Ministry for the POP cry. Bibia moye bia kokotako mo mani o mantimi ensane mo titri ebe to abai uti se Ghana forecast sika ni system nim se mo de mo moye sei na moye sei no ebe na ne o mantimi akoso. That's the problem. Minim ha mo kika mo ABC mo subtractions ni mo discounts sei ni. But this finance ministry, especially the minister, as if some na mo too Armstrong. What's happening?
O ma him pacho enye say ye too Armstrong. Say be ya buying sika public finances. Untimi sorry emfa unsa emmom se wuyi nhyehyeye ne emra eda ho. Nti se ne nhyehyeye ne emra da ho no sa na yes so ye.
Because minister be almost the finance ministry has not provided us. It is nice here. But yenya sika yenya tumi bi betumi dia call ofa ha yebeka we acho ofa ha yebeka ha oko works and house challenge. Uraha there's a challenge. Uraha so fantastic ideas. Refreshing moments as a country that we have, very motivational and inspirational. We are dreaming big, but the implementation is always hanging. That's the challenge.
We are dreaming big, but in dreaming big, no. So we see who say resources no limited. Enti as and when bano, and now you chem so okay. You perceive a huge project. You share Minister no kase cares program na 100 billion program ya infiti asenya ne prekope ye share stabilization phase no every this year close to the end of the year and after the other one year she share 2021 to 2024 with 70% private sector participation esa ne ye ade ohun enye fine won kase sika no me wa ma inti bibia ye hyehyɛ inti e bia enne wo pese o ye an ambitious program be 5 billion. But the space in the budget can take 2 billion. Ain't it multi-year contracts? Ain't multi-year, you do it across the years. And maybe 4 or 5 years, and a bay years. I tell you, money so emried then and share then. And the whole PFM nim. Into any say, ya and some ding. But in dispensing public finances, no, you are guided by the law. And then sana ye did you.
All right, me mausa kwenya the next 5 minutes. Then back and me wrap up. Probably question be or about somebody be or be the wajune 0302 211 701 equity 4 0302 211 701 equity 4 na obusa a deputy minister of finance nimnyam for abena osay asare asema peso busa no busa no mame woshe Kumasi Mayor or personal assistant George Opoku Mponsa mame ma oyako the understanding is that you've lost your dad Openyin Kofi Dusey Mponsa 77 years. So George Opoku Mponsa personal assistant to the Kumasi Mayor Iyako Shrunkona Edema and then also Mude Unso Ajibra also Ushevi. Thank you. But you see at the Enkasa on 0302 211 701 equity 4 media budget review. What in Sema Akoswe Nrada na Nkomo yes I didn't pay with the Deputy Minister of Finance. Good morning. Apom to say.
Am I?
Yes, good morning, Lisbon. Is it Desmond or Lisbon?
Deputy Minister.
Okay.
My son Bisani said budget review no yentiase bebre na yentiase ntia part in the chow media no onka ni twi kakra mai na ye binmu so ntiase ye
afimu ni nyina ebupei emu ache mienu enti aban bi e sha afi bi ase a ordinary suade hu no ba bi obanya sika free de odi sika ne beye odi tudwa enti afi de kwa na emu che mienu a no wasa aba mrahye bedwam se mrahye no no wabebu nkunta se afi ni mu ache mienu ba bi amaya kodunie metwaso nemum esintowe na aba hawe na aba esan a ana b asichere no
yo medasi na misham.
Okay, yes sir, that's it. John Martin.
Yeah, yeah.
Meet you, John.
Yo, me so media kakra, you're from John, me kase free samurai boy. You're from John Aka, me kase free samurai boy.
Yo.
Me so me question kakra na say. Ye MPs na omo enya mo aban na wo party na wo fan say ebia MPP na wo na MP ni NDC ni. Na say opre ne kwan a bisa say eya no mo say finance minister no emmo musika ano de be chema ba.
John so o sauti.
Opposition leader opposition MP no.
Me no ya na mo power kra mo tie so na wo the opposition. Okay, John me that's it. Minister be ya no. Ya de kwaku be wi kwaku ma chia pop ti say.
Adom na so.
Good. Boko.
Mr. Deputy Minister, Deputy Finance Minister, Mami said, public, hello.
Patrick, you.
Public basic school. A quite soon, almost 30 head teachers, no, everyone is school, because scarce a bit by near the running schools, no, scano, and ma.
Okay.
And Obiaso and Kanri. And no, I say, Nemusa, Niabo, running school. No, Miss Sam said, send a public business school, and Casa, yeah, the focus is only on the.
Also free. Obuase. Okay, good. So, you're funny, and you precome, a pacho, you won't say more free, unfortunately, intimate for a dash, send cow free. Mesa.
Omahimedase, very kind with the public basic schools, no. John, my name school but I can say on authority say yetia capitation grants and yetia other musikan kakran na eya mode running schools ni nyina no. When say yetia ama Ministry of Education so etia to the various schools. If for one reason or the other, on san kan mo dia ebe me wan kakra but me stress say be ma o district director of announce municipal director of education no e follow up because minimum say we have given out answer na yebema schools no ebie no near necessary de mo nyina in terms of sika, in terms of mask, no sanitizers, Veronica buckets nyina. We made all those things available to the Ministry of Education. And in the Ministry of Education, any GS so dinkita hu bebre esese ni omane ko from me honom say me hu ni omane bebre e wo honom etiwa east me hu Veronica buckets any nyoma any sika na esese yeti aminim say we disbursed Ministry of Education through GS disburse sika na for one reason or the other mo public schools na ewo oboase no mo nsa enka mo de am say you should make we should follow up with the Director of Education, municipal and our districts.
Okay, so how na JGT follow under no? One hospital what kwa onje. Where we is a hospital no?
the work crying in Chen, you say I have problem because they be in Sio na in Siafa.
Yeah, for over 15 years.
Right on the right hand side, quite be the friend of Pesca, a home na yesi new hospital. We are almost done. We are almost done. The aka and say ye be ye in Sio and the action lights no abahonum. Last weekend, Sunday, I was there and we are almost done with it.
Yeah, only one is a Koji Abo Prempe, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so
yes.
All right, so I feel okay. Minister Medase, I'm summing up like this.
My baby, my first akwenya we so enchia me so me nkofo.
Okay.
Wo Etiwa East.
Okay.
Na de meka ne se ne mo share registration ya si. Me stress ye nyina ye nkoso saa na ye ntwetwetwe ye nuanum ni nyina omo ye eligible. Some be register no mo nko na omo so omo nko no mo nko register. Afei so first akwenya we sunu ada Etiwa East MPP constituency executives as sepa titiri chairman entry. Da mo asini medwuma pa mo ye. Mestre say ye nyina ye nya bibia ma bibia nya bokọ wo ho na ye register se ne se ye register nyina obi bia o ye eligible bia de as say ye hwe se bibia be ye di na wetimi register na machia ye district director of education ye district director of health nyuma pa mo ye na ya nkasa so ye DC da mu nyina ase ye moa na ye mpagya Etiwa yi se ne de bia meka no na eno so enye kra behwe. Okay,
once we constituency there hospital na sem no ehiame inti yena we in tem na mo move in na emwa why okay mama nyina Charles Usu anemu na oseme fast that kese ma vice president ne chief of staff and afi second lady and chairman untumi ni mpanyimfo ahodo a aka nyina Sir John ne 1 week mobeta na chi ene abusuan chi ewo Sakrawo no republic ose odamwase a ensa chenka abobi a obia no odebetudwa ede amamo minister
o ma here fi ade ba ko abrantie bi efre se ya omo opposition no aban ya enye no kresa
na wan kan se wakwan ni bi kra no so ayede kakra
akwan enye sa de ye ne se bibia ye budget for enti se wososo wo MP no otimi to de bia eye lobbying woso na se oba na obehu se
opposition lobbying de nya adwuma keto minister men kan se simple
ni nyina ye free opposition mu da enti wo de ne se wo de ba ba tu enim se afi ye ntimi anye de be hye so afi a ye bebe ye be hwe na ya amount nya se wo ye opposition a ye moa ye bo obi a ye de se ne ye kan ye yiyim se wo ye Ghana ni na wo te Ghana na wo hia moa aban si or protecting lives, we protect livelihood. So, inti mi nua bema, ma o MP no, on shemukina ni lobby no na mi gidi say, mire seni mire fatem, kwan na ohwehwe no, so monsa ebeka.
Well, I commend the ministry for a refreshing mid-year budget review. But implementation is very important. Yeah. But this year, me do man hene kwabna sante, mo amano ne amohwe. Ye da mu nyina amase, titu Michael Nketia Boacho Australia, time audition odd. And afi DJ Toto and Baba Felix. We are grateful. Nyame de chair on Monday, we're here. Into your weekend.